Well, that was arduous. The Lead Live is brought to you by Peterson Health at the Peterson Health Digital Studio and Pint and Plow Brewing Company. We are closed today. Don't come in here and bother us. K-Pub, safe, reliable, and yours. Gibson's Discount Center. The Ford Bronco at Ken Simple Ford. And the Real Estate Report by Janelle Peralt, JP Properties. And SLS Partnership. And the Herring Printing Company. And Jody Tillman, a New Fed Mortgage. Don't forget the Herring Printing Company has been in business since 1964. The mayor will preside over tonight's city council meeting. And it should be long, arduous, and horrific. I do not recommend. Doug, do you want to go to the city council meeting with me tonight?
I have prior plans. Thank you.
What? How's that possible?
I have to close the store.
Oh. I heard a delightful story about Gibson Discount Center the other day that Leslie went in.
Oh, yeah?
And looked at guns.
Yeah. She looked at I tried to talk her into that cow pattern gun, but
yeah, she
wasn't biting.
And Joe 3 went with her, too.
Yeah.
The mayor's son, Joe Herring.
I think, he's short, but his name is short. I think we just shorten it even more and just call him J3.
J3?
That's it.
J3? I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. We've got Kyla Gazelle is waiting in the wings. We'll get her loaded up and ready to go. The good news for those of you who have invested money in the stock market, it's okay. Everything's okay right now. We're doing all right.
Is it rebounding?
It is. We are in a good position right now. I'm just going to make a new shot because I don't know what the heck's going on. It's up 1,000 points this morning, and that's good news for everybody. Let me see here. Otherwise, you've trying to make back for what you lost. If you were somebody who had heavily invested and getting ready to retire, it's been a pretty unfortunate period of time for you. But for the most part, most people I think are going to probably survive. At least that's what they tell us.
Well, you don't lose until you take the money out, right?
Right. If you're but if you're 64 and a half or 65 and a half, it might be terrifying.
You're probably stressing, yeah.
Yeah. My younger brother said he lost $20,000 in one day. So, but he's okay. He's got a big pension.
Well, he doesn't lose it unless he takes it out.
All right. Kyla Gazelle is doing her hair. Good morning, Kyla. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are y'all?
We're doing good. We have I don't know if let me see what camera you can look at. You're looking at yourself right now. Stand by. Let me give you a look at who's here. It's the Hill Country Crisis Council, which Jeff Harris. Well, that's me. You don't need to see me. You need to see these people. Jeff Harris is on the board of the Hill Country Crisis Council, and you've gone to the casino night events, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, I mean, they're delightful. They're delightful events, and they're just kind of a small layer of the important work that they do here at the Hill Country Crisis Council. We'll talk to them here momentarily. What's going on at the bank this morning?
Oh, just busy as always, but that's a good thing. I did just wanted to take a minute and kind of talk about a specific mortgage opportunity that we do offer here. If anybody's gone through the house buying process, the most common barrier between that is the down payment. Because especially if it's a young couple, newly married, who's going to have that kind of money?
Yeah, right.
So we have a program, and it's called our Hope Loans program. And some of the advantages of that program is no down payment. We also don't require no mortgage requirement or PMI requirement. It's a 30-year fixed rate. On top of those, we also offer several mortgage opportunities for our customers, for new people in the community, because we're seeing a lot of people move down here. But of course, the housing supply is always an issue. So, and just like with any loan, different rules apply. Not every loan is guaranteed. However, Jeff, if you don't know Jeff, I don't know how you don't know Jeff.
How do you not know Jeff Harris? Yeah.
Come in to talk to him, get all of those amazing details. I am not a loan officer. I just have the bragging opportunity for Jeff and everything that we have to offer. So
you're much more pleasant than Jeff is, though.
In the market.
Yeah. You're much
Come
more.
check us out. We
Come-
specialize in mortgage lending, so
Come check out
we'll be your
you
go-to.
and your team over there at South Star Bank. We really appreciate that. That's a great opportunity for a lot of people out there, because that's the terrifying part of buying a house, that down payment. Well, how am I going to come about that money? How am I going to do that?
Right.
You know, so.
And there are specifications on different like locations, and every loan is subject to approval. And so, like I said, I will just hit all these high notes. And
Yeah.
for anybody who's like, I am looking for a home loan, like we're trying to getting established, come see Jeff.
Okay.
And so
Let me.
see what we can
I'm going to
do.
yell this over to Janelle Peralt too. They got a special mortgage deal over at South Star Bank, Janelle. Help with the down payments. So there you go. Janelle's like she's nodding her head in agreement. So, all right, Kyla, good job. We'll see you on Thursday. All right.
Like, y'all have a great rest
All
of
right.
your day.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Doug Hetzler's here from Gibson Discount Center. Doug, you are an expert in many things. What was your thoughts on Sunday's Guadalupe River Center event?
It was a nice event.
It was cold.
It was cold. Yeah, we can't really control that, but yeah.
Cold, and if it wasn't,
Windy.
if the wind had just stopped for like 30 minutes, it would have been perfect. Actually,
Yeah.
you can kind of manage 55 degrees.
Yeah.
You can't manage it when it's like blowing
55 and 35 miles an hour
Yeah.
winds. Yeah, it was chilly.
That was that hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
So
But it was nice. It was nice to see the space that those buildings are going to go into, and
yeah,
I met some new people that I did not
know.
Yeah,
you met everybody.
the Glow Row guy, Vincent.
Vincent.
That's
Yes.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was cool. I liked him.
The boats are kind of cool, huh? They're
Yeah,
all
I'm gonna go
all
do that.
clear. So yeah, that'll be kind of cool. It might be cool to because he said that you can see certain critters sometimes.
I would imagine
underneath
so.
of them. Yeah. So
When the water's still and calm and
Yeah.
clear. Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of a fun idea. What do you got for us today? What are you going to show off today?
I mean, I tell you, it's this could be an end. I could bring this every day
Every
because we
day.
have so much selection. But
Yeah.
we have little kids stuff today again. Mostly
all
like
those who have little kids, raise your hand.
mostly like
Oh yeah, all right.
yeah. So mostly like toddler and infant.
Oh, look
type
at that.
stuff. I
A
know.
onesie pearl snap.
A Pearl Snap onesie
You
with.
saw that for men?
Yeah. I'm not even going to
Let me
comment,
see
Lewis.
it. Let me see that. What do you think? Isn't that adorable?
Yeah, it's pretty cute, man. With the paisleys,
Yeah.
it's pretty nice. Yep.
I bet Jeremy would look good in that. He's little.
Yeah, right. So that's that one. We've got we got a whole bunch of these cute little girl dresses.
Yeah. Doug knows cute girls dressing.
Man, I tell you, this one's got little cowgirls on it, roping stuff. But yeah, it's adorable, and we have all kinds of neat stuff. I'll pass them down. You guys can
look at
check
it.
them out. They're really really nice. Check out this other Pearl Snap shirt.
Oh, that's nice.
Ooh, that is cute.
Heck yeah,
Good for the rodeo.
future cowboy. So it's got cactus on it, and it's got 6 shooters on it. Yeah, very
So
cool.
cute.
And the fabric is nice. It's like,
Oh yeah.
thin and breathable.
You know
and
who's
stuff.
going to be here in a little bit is Ashley Phillips. She's got little guys.
She's gonna want all of this. How
For
about
my son.
Yeah.
For the rodeo.
trains? How about the train onesie
look at that.
thingy? Yep, very cool.
Every little boy loves trains. I like trains. I like looking at the model trains. That's what and when on my Instagram feed, which is just jacked up with weirdness. It's either orangutans and gorillas and cameras, and also that kind of stuff, like
Trains, yeah.
little trains, like train sets. Yeah.
all right. Well, I can't say I'm into that. I'm a car guy, but whatever. I like
Yeah,
it.
but you would have bought an RC car track though.
I did.
That's a nice
I
one.
already have, yeah. So this is fuzzy. The girls earlier were commenting on how nice this is. It is super, super nice. Now, I will tell you, we only have one of these left. This is the only one we have left, but we have other versions of this. I want to say, yeah, this is even marked down to $50. So,
Yeah.
but it is super nice. And then we have these. I thought these were cool.
Yeah.
This is also in the future cowboy pattern,
Oh, okay.
but it's a extra soft swaddling blanket.
Oh, a swaddling blanket. Very nice.
Yes, so I'll pass that down so you guys can feel that. It's just the fabric
Oh,
is
yeah.
really
Yeah.
nice.
Danielle Jenski might need that right now because she's really cold.
Yeah, just wrap her up
Yeah,
in
wrap
it.
her up that. She's over here right now, freezing to death.
So,
So yeah,
Lightweight too.
lightweight. The kids' clothes are on point. Did you guys get some kids' clothes at your last shopping adventures for your?
well, we didn't because we went to the Ace show.
Okay.
They don't
Okay.
really sell that stuff. But Laura, man, she's on point. Yeah.
Hey, I got a lot of people. Speaking of Ace, a lot of people are asking questions about your Ace guy,
The handyman guy.
the handyman guy.
Yep.
So do they come in to you to find out more information? Can you refer them back, or how does that
Yeah,
work?
yeah, no. If you have any questions, just come to the store and ask any of the cashiers. We have some flyers up front where you can get a hold of them. But basically, they can do just about any handyman thing around the house, and it works best for them if you go like, my window's sticking and I need a little touch-up paint and some
Yeah.
trim work. So if you give them a little honey-do list, and they'll just bust it all out at once, because each one of their craftsmen, they call them, can do multiple things. It's
Yeah.
not like you hire a plumber to do one thing and he
Right.
leaves the rest.
Does
So,
everything for you?
yeah, so it's pretty cool.
I heard a story the other day from Tara Lasagna across the street there that she came in and they bought a bunch of stuff from Gibson's to help with their remodel
I
and tail
believe it.
chasers.
Yeah,
So,
I know they're moving. So
yeah,
yeah.
so that was exciting to hear as well.
Yeah.
What other events? When's the next time Patrick's going to cook food for us?
I'm
When's
not
that-
sure. I'm not sure if Patrick is going to cook, but tomorrow. What's today? I've lost.
Today's
today. Today's
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yeah, so
April
Saturday.
8th.
Yes.
Yeah. 1 year since
1
we
year
had
since
the eclipse. Yeah.
Yeah. So this Saturday we're having the three queens spice rub folks come out.
okay.
And they're going to bring some food and stuff as well. And they're adorable little girls. I have 3 little girls. So they're going to bring
I
them out.
saw
and
that you guys have your own rub now. The Gibson.
It's awesome.
Is it? Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you some of that.
Yeah, I
if you-
want
if
to
you
try
like
some of
cook.
it. Yeah.
The barbecue sauce is pretty good. It's just like basic,
Yeah.
St. Louis barbecue.
Right.
But the spice rub, it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Good job, Doug. As
Okay.
always.
I'm getting evicted now.
You're getting evicted now.
Because JP's here.
JP's
she
here.
says way more important
She
stuff
says
than I
a
do.
lot of cool
Yes.
things.
I'm just trying to sell you cute baby clothes.
You're right. Doug knows baby clothes at Gibson Discount Center. Go visit him today. Demand it.
All right. And
All right.
Julie Davis, I want you to know I feel very intimidated sitting in your seat. So
As you should.
just saying.
You know what? She texted me last night at 11 o'clock last night that she couldn't be here. And then I accidentally texted her a reel of like fish people selling humans in a fish market, and she was
sure
like,
she
"That's
was
really
very happy with
she
that.
was really
Yeah.
happy with that. So, but she texted me at 11 o'clock, so I thought it was fair game.
Yeah, it's true. That's
So,
true.
all right.
You got to give it a little.
Okay, I'm going to try to remember this lineup here. Look at this group here. Janelle Peralta's going to come join us here, too. And waiting in the wings is the Charter University people. They're going to talk flag football, I think. Maybe. I don't know what they're going to talk about. Actually, they're going to talk about the Hill Country. You're going to talk about the Hill Country College Fund, right? Yeah. Michael Ben's over there. Yeah. Janelle, how are you?
I am good. How are you this morning?
I'm good.
All right.
Listen, a couple of things before we get to this. I got a couple of news things I want to do. The city council meets tonight. They're going to have a long meeting talking about ordinances and electioneering stuff. It looks pretty boring. So I can't even get snarky at these meetings anymore. They've been so done. It's been usually I can sit there and make fun of things, and I can't really seem to do it lately. I don't know what's
Well,
happening.
Take that in and enjoy it.
I know. I know. The readers have been really exciting. My Facebook page has been returned to monetization, which means I get money for certain things.
Ooh.
And believe it or not, this idiotic debate about the protesters down at the courthouse lawn has generated me a whopping $7.97 in revenue from
Okay.
from
Don't
Facebook.
spend it all in one place.
I know. I've made a total of $49.51. In the last month, my total revenue from the big tech companies has been $200.
Well, that's almost gas money.
It almost paid for my haircut. So there you go. So, not that it was $200, but you know what I mean. It was. I had to go to San Antonio and back, and so to do that.
It was
so
a spa day for you.
it was a spa day for me. I don't necessarily recommend waxing. I don't know how you people do it, but it was an interesting experience. I've never had it done before, so there you go. Wax my ears, because and here's the creepy thing about this. As a man of my age, I know that within 24 to 48 hours that there'll be a 9-inch ear hair will come out just like that. You know, that's what happens to us men. You know, over the age of 50, things happen to us that aren't very nice. All right, here's the deal. Let me remember. Okay, I know Tori's in the middle. Wait. Where's my list of where's my cheat sheet at? Here they are. Suzanne Tarmelin can't be here. Isn't she in charge? Who's in charge?
Brent Ives is
Brent
in charge.
Ives in charge. What does Suzanne Tarmelin do?
She is our community outreach
Okay.
coordinator and trainer.
Now speaking is the great and powerful Chandler Collins, and then Haley Spencer's over here on the right. Okay, and now I remember everybody. I think Tori, you guys have all been on the show before, haven't you?
Yes.
When was the last time you guys were on? When was the last time you made it onto the show?
It was last year sometime,
Yeah.
I think.
Was it for? It was August, probably for
It was
the
for casino night.
casino night
maybe?
or nonprofit week.
Or nonprofit
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Okay. This week this month is an unfortunate. You never want to have these months, but it's Child Abuse Awareness Month, and the Hill Country Crisis Council doesn't just deal with child abuse; they deal with all sorts of things. But what happens this month for your organization?
Yeah, so we kind of just do a big push for awareness so people can recognize signs if a child is experiencing domestic violence or sexual assault. And we just try to get the word out and, spread awareness for child abuse prevention so that hopefully these kiddos that have experienced it can get the help that they need, or that the adults in their lives can be more aware of certain situations. So
Just real quick, just for the record, let me just make sure, Chandler, what is it you do at the Hill Country Crisis Council?
I'm the chief development officer, so I do
You've-
all the marketing and development,
All right.
fundraising, event planning, all the things.
All the things. Okay, a very
Yes.
important role.
Yes.
Okay, and then Tori, tell us what you do. There.
I'm the director of forensic services. So I'm lead forensic interviewer. I also help, I coordinate our multidisciplinary team for all 5 counties that we serve. A lot of
You're
that.
most likely you've been voted most likely to make someone cry at the casino night with the stories
Yes.
you have to tell.
Yes, there was, that was an experience of talking at casino night and everybody's eating their food.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, then I just started to see the whites of eyes turn around
Yeah.
and you're shocked.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
this
I
is,
know it was.
PG.
Yeah, it was hard. It's hard to listen to.
Yeah.
That's the story. And then finally we have Haley here. And Haley, what is it you do?
So I'm the director of MDT Response. I supervise advocates. I am one of the advocates.
What does MDT mean?
Multidisciplinary
Okay,
team.
all right,
Yeah,
all right.
so that's our agency, law enforcement, child protective services, medical prosecution, and then some other service agencies.
And what's interesting about the Hill Country Crisis Council, when you see it, because the thing about it's interesting about casino night, when you guys have done it, is that there's just a huge law enforcement presence there because you guys work so closely with law enforcement, and that's such an interesting part of that as well. Was that one of your chief partners is law enforcement? Unfortunately, I guess. I mean, I hate to say unfortunately, but that's just the reality of it.
I think it is fortunately
Yeah.
they're one
Fortunate,
of our
right, yeah.
one of our amazing partners. And
I say unfortunately that they have to.
unfortunately
be
that
involved,
they have to be, and any of us have to participate in any of the work that we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But we're fortunate enough that we have great partners like them to come alongside us so that we can help these kiddos and families and individuals that are experiencing kind of the trauma and all the things that they've gone through. So it can be difficult, but at the same time, it's one when you can hear the success stories at the end, it really puts a good perspective on the work that we are doing and the impact that it does have on those individuals, but then as a community as a whole. So
I wanted to point out, I don't know, this is a terrible segue, but I just want to point it out for a second here that this made me think of a story. And I know Jeff Harris is watching, so I want to remind him of this. That Javier Paredes was 24 years old when he died in 2007. And this is relevant because he went to Ingram Tom Moore High School. He also was a resident at the Hill Country Youth Ranch, and he was killed. He was in the Army. He was killed in Iraq, and we're supposed to get his name added to this. And he was the victim of horrific abuse over most of his life, and overcame it somehow. Went into the Army and unfortunately lost his life, but did it in a way that he was awarded the Bronze Star. He was fearless, they said, and and a victim of childhood abuse. Which is it's just hard to believe. That people do this to to children,
Yeah.
and to do this. My point being is that I wanted to, since Jeff was listening, I was like, where are we at with this, Jeff? Are we going to get, Paredes' name added to the wall for Memorial Day? So just Jeff, I was thinking about this earlier, and let's get that done. But I mean, raising awareness about child abuse, we don't want to have this conversation, but we have to have this conversation, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm going to give you a little statistic here real quick. And then I want Tori and Haley to really highlight what we do at Kids Advocacy Place in order to help these kids. So 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 5 boys will be sexually assaulted before their 18th birthday. And that translates to 724,000 babies that were born last year that will be abused before their 18th birthday. And something that's really staggering about that too. So 724,000
I gotta
babies.
squeeze my anti-stress.
Yeah, do that. But probably a small fraction of that 74,000 or 724,000 kids will make a report or make an outcry of that abuse. And so that's kind of where we want to come in and provide those resources, but also let individuals know they're not alone in that and that they can find safe people in their lives to reach out to, whether that's their family member or a teacher or a coach or really anyone that will help them through the process of reporting that so that they can get the services that they need.
It just is so upsetting, though, to think about this, too. I remember as a kid that you just don't ever know either. You never know the horrific acts of abuse that some people have gone through. And, and this is something that it's hard to hear these stories.
It is.
I don't know how you guys do it. How do you guys?
I don't either. I have a 5-year-old, and sometimes, you try and compartmentalize all of it.
Yeah.
And I don't know how these women do their job every day and able to, compartmentalize it
Right.
as much as they do, because I will hear some of the stories and sit and hear, some of the cases that come in, and it's everything I can not to just go home and sob and cry. And, but I think part of it is the work that we are doing and providing the resources that we do provide to them through Kids Advocacy Place and partnering with law enforcement and, providing these families with as many outlets and resources as possible as far as mental health services. You hope to see the light at the end of that, and that hopefully in getting these kids the help that they need early, that then doesn't translate and carry on with them throughout their adulthood. But it can be difficult.
How do you guys manage the difficulties of the stories and the trauma you have to deal with on a regular basis?
So a lot of it is just more of, I've been doing this over 7 years. I've interviewed over 1,100 kids, been a part of 1,600 interviews before.
In 7 years.
In 7 years.
Wow.
And so I'm not the only interviewer at our center. We've got some great other interviewers that have transitioned to other positions.
Is that just in Kirk County, or is that the whole Hill Country?
So we cover Kirk County, Gillespie, Bandera, Kimball, and Kendall.
Okay.
But we will also do courtesy interviews because we do have a lot of youth ranches in our area.
Yeah.
So I've done interviews before that are out of state. I've done interviews for things that happened out of country. And so it really just we meet that kid where they're at, to where we're not going to make the family drive 5 hours to Dallas to go do a forensic interview when we can do it here. And then that police detective up there can get that interview. And a lot of it is specifically with HCCC, we have a main focus in mental health and taking care of yourself, because we know when someone walks through our doors, it's never a good thing.
Right.
We know that sometimes we're meeting those people on their worst day, the worst moments of their lives. Their whole world's shattered. And so for me personally, with interviewing as many kids as I have and seeing through the process through court, it's different being in the room with kids, because when you're talking to them, they are telling you the most horrific, nitty gritty details of things that it's really difficult to have a 5-year-old tell you all these details.
It's hard
Right.
to stomach sometimes.
But then when you see
A lot of the time.
when you see the relief taken off their shoulders of I'm not crying. I'm not mad. I'm not reactive. I'm not making fun of them. I'm not judging them. I'm just a person that's listening and asking a bunch of other questions.
Yeah.
You see the relief off their shoulders of, like, I got this out finally.
Right. And for you, Haley?
I mean, like everything Tori said, I think it's also helpful that we all, and I'm speaking for everyone at Kids Advocacy Place, we
Yeah.
all have a great support system. You know, we can't just go home and talk to our families about our day at work like
Right.
normal people can.
Yeah.
We all have supportive families, but we all have a supportive like team within our agency and our multidisciplinary team. There's also 70 child advocacy centers in the state of Texas, so we also have a support system with other people who do the same job that we do. So I think that's beneficial, and hearing what we have to hear day in and day out, and the conversations that we have to have, is that we have the support system that we can vent to or talk things through, so that way we're not like just dealing with it.
Yeah, right. What is the biggest thing that Hill Country Crisis Council needs? How can people help? I mean, we already have Jeff Harris. He gives 110%, but
Always.
we can't really sell him off.
Sure.
We've tried. But how do we help? How do we help?
I mean, obviously, as a nonprofit, we do have financial assistance for some of our programs, but that only helps in certain areas. And so obviously, if you're wanting to support and help us financially as making a donation or with in-kind donations, Kids Advocacy Place is one program that we have, but we have an emergency shelter in town, as well as non-residential services, mental health services, and other services as well. So we have a very vast reach in the communities that we serve. And so financial support is great. In-kind donations, if you have, house things, like if you're going through your house and getting rid of kitchen supplies and things like that, just call our phone number and connect and see if that's something that we might need. I will say we have a great partnership with Salvation Army and St. Vincent de Paul. We don't have the capacity to take clothing at the moment. We are maxed out on our storage capacity, but we have a great partnership with them that if there's anyone that is in need of clothes, we are able to send them over there with a voucher to get set up. So, but also if you're wanting to volunteer, we would love for you to come in if you have a church group or just you individually. If you're like, I really want to pour into this agency, we can find something for you to do to connect with us.
The key word here is, and you can see this right here on the website that I put up on your lovely faces, is that all services are free
Yes.
and 100% confidential, which is
Yes.
such an important part of this, because
Yes.
people are scared when they come to you, and people, they need to feel safe and in a place where they can have some trust, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And I will say, I think there's kind of this buzz kind of phrase that goes around. It's like, if you see something, say something. If you are ever questioning or wondering if a child is experiencing abuse, I think we just call our number and talk through it with one of our trained advocates and individuals that they may say, we really need to dig into this. And a child may not up front and outright make an outcry, but if they have individuals around them that are supporting them, they're more likely to come forward if something is going on.
One of the things that's interesting that just happened this last week, and we're talking about sexual abuse and that it's still there.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes we're like, well, it's all the Catholic Church. No, it happened to the Baptists, the Mormons, Methodists, whatever. The County of Los Angeles just reached a $4 billion agreement to settle 6,800 sexual abuse claims dating back to 1959. This had to do with those who were, I'm trying to remember how it was. It was in their children's center and probation department. So in their sort of intake foster homes almost, where there was rampant sexual abuse. In fact, actually interesting, I think that the McLaren children's, I'm watching this. If you ever watched the show Bosch, by the way, it deals with this issue. Michael Conley, the writer, wrote about this issue, and it kind of ties it into real life things, into the fictional character of Bosch, but the McLaren's Children's Center. So pervasive issues, right? That we're seeing all over the country that just are coming out. Like people didn't talk about this stuff in the 50s and 60s and 70s, you know? So,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, and I know I saw something recently talking about a show, you know, all of the women gymnastics athletes
Yeah.
that were, you know, that whole case and all of that, you know, just because I think a misconception is that, oh, you know, if this happened to me years ago, then I can't say anything now.
Yeah.
And you very much can say something now. So regardless of if it happened when you were 4 years old, 7 years old, and you're now in your 20s, speak up and say something because the support is there and the justice needs to happen to the individual that did that to you.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the justice. I mean, sometimes you hear this like too with some of these guys, like some of these pedophiles who are like, you know, 90 years old, and like, well, that doesn't change the fact that you ruin people's lives, you know. So, I mean, sorry.
Well, and something that too is staggering is that most of the time, and I don't know the exact percentage, I think it's about 95 or 98% of the time, a child is abused by someone that they know and that they trust.
Right.
And so it's not a complete stranger that they have never met before. It is someone that they trust, that they feel safe with. And so I think a lot of times that's what makes it more difficult for these kids sometimes to come forward is they're like, oh, well, I can't tell on dad or mom or aunt or uncle or grandparent because they love me and they're helping me and they're supporting me and what I don't want to get them in trouble.
Right.
And so I think that's important to know is it's not always, if ever, a stranger to this kid. They know them, they trust them, they're a lot of times part of their family, and that sometimes is what makes it more difficult.
I think like Tori had that story that you told last year or earlier. I guess it was last year. The time is escaping me at this point.
September last year's casino night was September.
Like,
last
I mean,
year.
it was horrific, and it was people that child knew.
Yeah.
You know?
So a lot of the times with especially sexual abuse, it's not just it's just going to happen. There's a whole process that goes into it with grooming, and they're not only grooming these children to allow the touch to happen. They're grooming us as adults.
Yeah.
It's the coaches, it's the people of authority, it's the teachers, it's law enforcement, it's doctors, it's lawyers, it's people that we think we should trust our children
Right.
with, and they're helping us out by getting them to soccer practice, to baseball practice. But that's how they're isolating that person, because I could be a single mother and I need the help and I'm appreciative of the help.
Yeah.
And now that's becoming exploited.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, and like as Chandler said, with kids, with like the average age of disclosure for individuals with sexual abuse is in their mid 50s.
Yeah. Right. They held on to that trauma forever. And now we're learning more and more about that too. As a matter of fact, we've talked about this before. That what does the generational trauma look like for some of those people? They hold on to that, and it tears them up. So for years and years. All right.
Yeah.
Gosh,
But a light of that is,
Yeah.
some of the services that we provide are mental health services so that they can process through that trauma. They can start to work past that and heal from it so that it can kind of stop that generational cycle, but also it can help them process that trauma that then when they are adults, they're not continuing to hold on to that deep
right.
burden. So I think it's all about just the resources. And, we provide those to the kids that come into our center, but also the adults or other kids in their family as well that are, not the perpetrator, obviously, but we will provide those services to the entire family unit if needed.
All right.
Yeah.
Great job. I'm really grateful that all of you are here and that you guys have joined us and talking about this as well. So
Appreciate you
appreciate
having
it.
us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks so much.
So the fundraiser is next year now, right? 2026.
Yes. So we switched it to, so casino night will be April 25th, 2026.
So what's going to be a fundraiser this year? Like a dunk tank with Jeff Harris or what?
Maybe
That's a
so.
good idea.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. So we're looking to do kind of more of an informal get together, come hang out with us type of event, probably in October.
Okay.
During domestic violence prevention month. So be looking for that. We'll get that word out here probably in the next few weeks or a couple months.
All right, sounds good. I don't know if you guys know that you're on the schedule for tomorrow too. Are you guys coming back tomorrow? You guys know that?
We love
It was today, but I mean,
Yeah.
if you want us back
No.
tomorrow, we could come on back.
We'll be
if you
back
want
every
us
day.
to.
Come back again. Come back
All
again.
right.
I appreciate you
Cool.
guys being here.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna throw you out so we can get Shriner on. And then we're going to go to Janelle Peralt now and tell about real estate. Janelle, you have a new listing on Norfolk.
Yes, and we have an open house Thursday from 1 to 3:30.
1 to 3:30.
Are you coming?
That's a terrific neighborhood. So
It is.
thank you,
and
ladies.
It's a spectacular outdoor space.
Michael Bennett.
Danielle.
Danielle, come on down. Come on down. Come on down. Norfolk is a delightful neighborhood. That's a brand new
Yes.
construction too, right?
No, it's actually going on 4 years old, 3.5 years old. So recent construction.
Wait a minute. Where's Chandler? Oh, there he left. Stuart Cunnius, by the way, says that that Chandler Collins was a spectacular basketball player for Tybee High School. And what was he said? He said I needed this. She played in a spectacular girls championship game for Tybee in 2006. So there you go.
Love kids sports.
Yeah. Norfolk. So
Yes.
tell us about Norfolk.
So recent construction house, all wood tile, not ceramic tile, not the laminate kind. So super easy care, well done, but an outdoor space in the back to die for. It's
Really?
they extended the patio. It's got a pergola. They've got a little bar thing set up. They've got little fountains. There are plants. There are blue bonnets. There's lounge chairs. There's a TV to watch the game. There's all kinds of stuff going on outside. So definitely worth seeing an outside space.
Right.
Because this is the time of year when we enjoy our
The
outside
time
spaces.
we want to see those spaces, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Hold on one second. I think I messed something up. So yeah.
Okay,
Oh no,
that's all right.
No, we're good. We're good.
We're good,
I'm
we're good,
trying
we're
to get
coming.
to
Haven't heard
your-
any of that. You want to?
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. I'm trying to find this place here for you.
It's the second one in.
The
It says
second one.
Open.
There it is. Is that it? Norfolk? Mm-hmm. There it is. Look at this place.
There it is. Beautiful U.S. flag in the front.
Yeah. Let me see more photos here. Oh, we gotta.
Yes.
There.
What's the home
Spit
of
it out.
veteran?
There it is.
There you go. There you go. There's some of that outdoor space, more of that
Wow.
outdoor space.
That is really nice.
Yes.
Not a big backyard, but big enough.
Yeah, it's actually a very low maintenance backyard, and then it's got the high ceilings and the new stuff and comfortable,
I gotta look more closely.
manageable,
I like
and
this place.
walkable.
So all of a sudden, it's like you got houses here. This is terrific. Look at those barn door things. I like it.
Yeah, no, it's a very nice house, and we struggle to have recent construction inventory.
It has
in
a
town.
soaking tub for all
It
those
has a
who
soaking tub.
want to soak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, we can enjoy in our soaking tub and then go outside. And it's actually a very private backyard for being such a small space.
All right. What is going on here?
The bluebonnets and the flowers, they're all starting to bloom in the backyard.
But wait a minute. This is like a fountain in the thing here.
There are a couple of them.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well done. I like
So
that.
come check it out Thursday. We'll be open from 1 to 3:30,
Okay.
and we hope we find the right person for it.
I like it. I think we should do a little video from it on Thursday.
Yeah, come see.
Yeah, so-
we'll do some video.
This
we'll
is
hang out.
terrific. Look at this. This is a beautiful backyard, and they've only lived there for. It's only been. This has only been built in like the last year or two.
21.
21, right? They do a
21.
good job of Christmas lights over there in Norfolk, by the way.
And look at the cool rain chains on the front. I
Oh
love rain
yeah,
chains.
yeah. I think I might have photographed this house now that I think about it, because I photograph these houses every year for Christmas. So
Been here.
I think I've been there. I think I've been to that place. So
Okay.
All right. What else do you have as far as houses go? What else is going on?
We have a new condo, best views of the Guadalupe River. Every time I'm over at the Guadalupe condos and I get up there, I'm like, wow.
what?
wow,
Yeah.
wow.
What's going on with that?
So we have one for lease,
Okay.
2-bedroom, 2-bath for lease, and we've got more things coming.
More
it's
things.
spring.
So suddenly the weather. Well, we had terrible weather over the weekend. It was just miserable.
I'd cleaned the fireplace and I took the opportunity to have a fire. Like,
Oh. Did you really?
It's like, it's in the 30s. Let's do this.
Is there a fireplace in Norfolk, or is there no fireplace?
There's an outside pit, but
Outside pit?
I actually did it at my own place. Yeah.
Your own place, right? That's good though.
So
I'm
we'll get to
happy
clean
that
that
you were
out
able to do that. What is? I'm trying to find where your website was up on from a minute ago. Now I can't find it. I'm lost this morning. Is this an upstairs event unit on Guadalupe Street?
It's a second level in the 1012 building, which is the tallest building.
Yeah.
And it's got, a very, like they do, the covered patios
Yeah.
outside with
Right.
beautiful river views, and spring has sprung, and it's a lovely place.
That is one of my favorite locations too. Like they did it right, and the construction is hardy, and the views
And
are
this has been
spectacular.
all updated, so no
Is that
one's
right?
even lived in it since it's been updated. It's brand new.
I completely have lost your website. I don't know what happened to it. It was there. It was there. Trust me, it was there.
was there?
We were just looking at it, and now I can't find it.
It slipped through his fingers.
Slipped through my fingers. I want to find it again. What else is new in the world of real estate? When does your next report come out? Is that's
week.
next week? That's looming. What do you expect the report will say as far as the market
it's
goes?
it's gonna talk about March because we're in April, and so we'll see how all the rest of our tariffs and all that plays out. So far, this year's been better than last year in terms of numbers and sales and activity, and so we're just gonna keep on keeping on and seeing how it all shakes out.
You know what I'm realizing here, Janelle, is that I have a lot of weird stuff on my website stuff. A lot of weird unsettling things.
And lots of tabs open, I'm
Oh
guilty
my
of that
God.
too.
Yeah, the tabs are out of control. It's just, I don't know what happened here. There's this, there's that. I just had it open. I don't know. All right. We'll have to deal with it in a minute here.
So we've had a small drop in interest rates this week.
Okay.
With all this going on, so we'll see if that sticks. But
Right.
in between the market doing its little roller coaster ride,
Yeah.
we'll see how it shakes out.
Ashley, you can join us, or you can sit next to Danielle. Yeah.
It's always cool in here.
So it's so freezing in here this morning.
And now I've got some nice hot pint and pile coffee.
Yeah. I made that coffee myself, by the way.
Fair warning.
Yeah. I'm really upset that I can't find this house anymore. This is upsetting.
Well,
believe.
1 to 3:30 on Thursday,
30. Yep.
1120 Norfolk.
Right.
It's a lovely, lovely home.
You guys are both. All of you guys were at the Rotary event on Saturday, a couple Saturdays ago. So, which by the way has earned me a whopping $1.97.
You're welcome.
I think it might have been the combination of your 3 pictures.
Oh. My Vanna
We do what
White
we
and your
can.
Vanna White. Yeah.
This photo right
You
here
and
got
that pink
me
outfit was
37 cents, and I
There you
think
go, 37 cents.
yeah,
There you
and I
go.
think this
Okay.
photo got me maybe a nickel.
Well, thank you.
Took a loss on my
tell which
picture.
I don't know which
I
one
know.
we're
I'm like,
looking
which
at right
ones?
now.
I don't actually. I don't want
This,
gonna
this
pull up the
photo
shows
got
like-
me
well, it's always a-
$1.25. So
$1.45.
Charlie
Which
Mack.
one?
yeah,
Charlie Mack.
Charlie Mack. So
Everybody
Mack.
loves Charlie.
Mack.
Charlie wins.
Anyway, all right. So what's let me see here, and I'm at a loss of why your website has disappeared from my. Very upsetting. Okay, I'll find it.
You can make it up to us.
I will make it up to you. Danielle and Michael Bennett here. Michael texted me the other day, and he claimed that there's going to be a press release on this. Let me just see.
We haven't sent you the press release yet.
Okay, but you sent me a cool photo
Yeah.
that you guys dominated this flag football thing.
Yeah, Shriner won the flag football showcase.
SCAC.
The SCAC.
And that was against who? Who was in that?
Concordia University, Centenary College, and
They were from all
Hendrix.
over the place. They
Yeah.
came from all over.
So Shriner went in. This is a new team, and
I saw them
won the-
practicing
Out front.
out front.
yeah,
You know, and that's actually not a bad venue for the for games. I think in the future, I think that should be the location. That should be the home field for
football?
for flag football.
Everybody just bring a lawn chair and hang out.
It is a super cool location. So I'm gonna get this photo up here so you guys can see it. But what are you guys working on right now? What's going on at Shriner?
We've got Giving Week this week.
Is that right?
Yes. So
What?
it's until
Oh
the
my
11th, and
gosh.
we are raising money to support the Hill Country College Fund.
And
so.
how much money do you need to raise?
So every year, our goal is to raise $700,000. This all goes directly towards supporting students, local students from Kerr and the surrounding counties. And we're trekking along. We still have a little ways to go, but we're hoping to raise as much as we can this week to support our students.
Okay. And the Hill Country College event, that event was in March, right? That the big luncheon event.
Yes. So
Okay.
we typically have a kickoff dinner in the fall, and then we'll have a spring luncheon in the spring. So yeah.
Okay. All right. And then is there? I mean, you told me, I think, but is there? Tell us the goal again.
The goal is $700,000. We still have a little ways to go. We've got a couple big asks out, and so we're excited to hear back from some of those. But this is the opportunity for everybody to get involved, and every gift, no matter the size, will go directly towards supporting our students, and it makes a huge difference in the lives.
Right. And here, by the way, here's the reason why you should contribute right now. Shriner, this is their flag football team, and is Brandy's son the McCoy? Is he the coach? Is that him on the right? Is that him?
Colby.
Colby McCoy.
McCoy? Is
Yeah.
that yeah?
Yep.
Is he the coach, or just hanging out in the photo?
No, he's the coach.
He's the coach. Outstanding.
Yeah.
That's outstanding. So they won their first ever tournament. That's great.
They did.
There's
it was
I
really
see
cool.
some basketball players on there. I see Bree Sosa.
She was the quarterback.
She was the court. Oh my gosh. So
That was the neat thing about it. They were talking about how, obviously girls from all different sports can come and play, and
Yeah.
they did a phenomenal job. They worked well together, and Colby did a great job leading the team.
well, Bree Sosa is a terrific athlete.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. You guys are coming off too. I thought one of the better fundraisers that you guys have had, which was the polo event.
It was so
Great.
fun.
Were you guys pleased with that? I mean, I'm sure the
We were.
equestrian team was pleased.
Yes, we raised about $34,000.
Yeah.
So huge success, because last year that they did this, I think they raised about $1,200. So, which every little bit helps, but
That's a big difference.
Big difference. So
That
we
is
were
a-
very excited about that.
That is a big difference. I found it. I found the site.
I'm back.
You're back.
The multitasking
Oh
skills over
my
here.
god!
I'm back.
It just
See the marketing people over here
it
holding
just,
our breath.
It just appeared to me. It just came out of nowhere. So there we go.
All right.
All right, we'll get back to that here in a minute. But tell us some more about some of the things you can do to be involved. And by the way, I have a person who wants to donate right off the bat. This guy right here, just say his no. He's ready to donate.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, isn't that guy? He's ready to do it? So.
They can go online. They can visit our website, www.shriner.edu/HCCF.
Right.
So, yeah.
What is, some universities, I guess the biggest one is Trinity. I hear people talk about this all the time. They have a big endowment.
Mm-hmm.
What can you guys do with Hill Country College Fund? How can that change someone's life, basically?
So it really kind of depends on their financial situation, of course. Whenever they fill out the FAFSA, we'll see, we call it GAP, right? So they get aid from the government, and then what their family has to pay out of pocket. That's where the Hill Country College Fund will come into play. And so we can help offset that gap for them. And sometimes that's the difference between them being able to attend college or not. So,
Right.
The difference for me.
yeah.
So
Yes, Michael is a recipient of the Hill Country College Fund.
Were you? Because where did you grow up again? Bandera?
Medina. Yeah.
You can't say Bandera, right? Medina. You have to.
There's 30 minutes in between. So
between. So, was college an option for you if it wasn't for the Hill Country College
it
Fund?
probably would have been a state school, or I was going to go to college, but
Yeah.
I mean,
But how did you tell us about your experience? Like, did you apply, or how did that work exactly?
yeah. So my dream was to go to like A&M and attend there, which would have been okay. But yeah. So I grew up at the.
You still got the
Medina.
you still got the colors right. Though, yeah.
Yeah, made sure the color stayed. Yeah, so I grew up in Medina at the children's home out there, and very lucky that I was able to go to a small school like Shriner where the attention is personalized.
Yeah.
Because I think I would have not done as well at a big university,
Right.
where you're just put into
You're in a class
classroom
with 700 other
Yeah.
people, right?
yeah. And so, but we got my financial aid, but there was still an amount that, and this is 15 years ago, so these little details. But I remember specifically receiving that offer, the acceptance package, and seeing Hill Country College Fund and the amount that I was getting.
Yeah,
it just
right.
closed the gap and really made, I get to go to a small private university. Like, it just seemed fancy.
Right.
Unattainable.
Yeah.
But
I get to go to Kerrville. I'm going up the street a little ways.
Yeah.
But that was probably a big deal, though.
it was a big deal for
to
me.
do that
Yeah.
for it. And what
my-
and so then you have a personal connection to that. Like, how important is it to you to kind of communicate that?
It's very important because I know what Shriner did for me and the aid that I got to be able to attend there. And I've always wanted to come back to Schreiner because just the personal relationships that I built with professors and others were transformative.
Yeah, right.
And so I've gone out and done my corporate stuff and made some money, and always wanted to come back to Schreiner.
What's your favorite part about coming on campus? What do you enjoy about the campus? Let's go Michael Bennett first.
Oh, the quad.
The quad, okay.
And I get to look at it every second of the day. It's
He's
a
got the
beautiful
best view.
campus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of pretty, all the butterflies and stuff during the spring and everything.
And the squirrels running up and down the buildings.
the deer mating and
Everything. And rutting. Yeah. That's right.
rutting.
The
Yeah.
whole thing.
Daniel, what about you?
I have a favorite time that I'll share. So it's weird, but every summer, obviously the students go off and so it gets really quiet. But then when they come back on to campus and we have move-in day, that is absolutely one of my favorite events and times on campus.
Yeah.
I light up. I'm all giddy and everybody just laughs at me, but it's just so much fun.
Is it chaos there?
High energy.
It's organized chaos,
Yeah.
high energy
It's
for sure.
well organized.
It really is. Yeah. The student
Yeah.
services does a great job
I'm going to
there.
have to have you out for that.
I've experienced move-in day at Baylor. It was organized. It was helpful. It didn't
Yeah.
help us with the.
But did the Baylor president go out there and help lift
No.
mini fridges? Well,
Hell no.
that's what Charlie McCormick does.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yep.
All the
You have all your
moving.
you've got faculty and staff out there. You've got the administrative cabinet. We're all moving stuff in and meeting with the families and just visiting with
New
them.
beginnings feel good. Just
They
in
do.
general.
Well,
Yeah.
the campus gets quiet during the summer, and the students just bring a certain energy and
Yeah.
life, and it's one day it's pretty quiet. We're all getting our work done, and then there's just this
Explosion.
explosion of like
In the
amazing
best
energy,
way. Yeah.
and that's really fun.
I would say my favorite thing right now is because you have little kids, right?
Yep.
And you have sort of
I have
little
two,
kids.
yeah.
There's like this little posse of little kids that are all related to the faculty.
Yep.
So you have dang it, why am I forgetting her name?
You've got
Coach Mac.
yeah, Kristen McAlexander, her kids.
Her kids, right? They run around.
Shannon DeVille's kids.
Shannon DeVille's daughter is ridiculous.
She is high energy.
she runs. She's like the little posse leader. Like she just is like she zips around the basketball court. And then there's Marwan El Rakawabi's three daughters or two sons and a daughter. His three kids. There's more. There's more coming. There's like a whole herd of them.
Like a Shriner
Keep
clan.
my son to sit still at a basketball game.
Yeah, he wants to go out there and run with everybody,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. I know there's some other. So Jeremiah Tiffin's got little kids too. So I mean, there's like this whole group of like, and a lot of the times, what's funny is that McAlexander's and DeVille and El Rock's kids, they're all like you see them all running around together at the basketball courts, and what's terrifying, being a man of a certain age now, is that you've watched them grow up, and they're getting to be more taller. They have little jobs now. They're running concessions. They're coaching. It's just scary. So, anyway, all right. So if you want to get involved, how do we do it? What do we need to do? Go to the website.
They can go to the website. They can certainly give us our office a call. They can come by and meet with us face to face. But there's so many different ways you can give, whether it's a monthly recurring donation, just outright cash check. You can even establish an endowment if that's something that you want to do and leave a lasting legacy.
That'd be the best.
What's an endowment, and what's the minimum?
Minimum to establish an endowment is $25,000, but that can be paid out $5,000 over a 5-year period. The neat thing about that is it's a named endowment, so you can do that in honor of someone, and that just lives on in perpetuity.
That's my life goal. Yeah, to have enough money to get myself into a position where I could do that.
Got to make more than $1.
Well, you can
Yeah,
become an oak
on a
too.
picture.
You can become an oak.
Yes, you can also become an oak and leave us in your estate plan.
Maybe what I should do is I should take all of the vast wealth I'm accumulating from the tech companies, from the tech bros.
Yeah.
From the Google and from the Facebook, and give because it's about $200 a month. I could set that aside for
Absolutely.
the Hill
You can
Country
set up
College
a
Fund.
monthly recurring
Yeah.
donation.
Monthly recurring.
Ashley and I need to step up our pictures.
Yes, we
apparently.
do.
My
Yes, we are
AdSense.
seriously slacking over here.
My AdSense photos, my AdSense stuff. We're gonna get there.
So
yeah,
not
you
the
guys.
glitter shirt this
Yeah.
time. Let's see.
Yeah.
What else do I have in the closet? Maybe a crazy
Yeah.
hat. I don't know.
I don't know how anybody saw you at that event. By the way, you were so little.
I know. I had heels on. I had a glitter shirt on, but still,
know how
I
you-
was
I
like,
don't know
in
how
your
you-
picture, in my head, I'm standing and I'm still level
I know.
with everyone.
I know. Janelle, you should
Ridiculous.
have been holding that sign up for sure.
Yeah, Janelle.
The bright pink.
Janelle would
Yeah.
have done it as well.
She looked amazing.
But you guys aren't in Rotary though, are you? Neither one of you are in Rotary.
I'm in Rotary.
She's
Are you in Rotary?
She's bona fide.
All
man.
three of you are. So 3 of the 4 of you in Rotary.
Yes, and that's one of the reasons you'll find us. At those.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
We're
All
thick
right.
as thieves.
Thick as thieves.
That was fun. That was one of my favorite. That's
was
that's
nice.
probably my favorite Rotary event. That was probably the best main event I've ever attended. The most fun.
It was really nice.
Yeah,
Like-
and there's some real. My hat's off to people like that because there was some commitment and some risk in renting that restaurant and closing it on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
And trying to get over the finish line of
Yes.
making that work out. So
Yes. Yes.
I don't know that you could do something like that every year and make it across the line.
I didn't try any of the food. Although I had the coffee.
Oh,
the coffee
so
was
good.
Was it?
It's good.
The
Yeah.
brisket was phenomenal.
Was it really?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. It was a beautiful venue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Events just in general are a thing and a half.
Yeah. Yeah.
I lost your page again.
Don't do that.
Oh, there it is.
Jiminy. Come on, Lewis. Get it together.
All right, tell me about this property real quick.
This one is a brand
Sorry.
recently remodeled 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo. You love Lock and Leave. That's part
yes,
of your scene.
lock and leave.
Lock and Leave, and it's just the views of the river there.
Look at that sink in that. Wait a minute. Okay, so this is the up. This is what you're looking up. This isn't the
That's the
important.
building.
This is the- Look at this.
There's the great room with
Yeah.
the kitchen.
Yeah, I love this. Work.
Work.
I really went there too.
My
That
brain isn't
kitchen
on shuffle.
is fantastic.
Yeah, no, the kitchen, and it's like it
It's like
hasn't been
redone.
used yet. It's like just updated,
That is so nice.
so it's all fresh.
Oh my gosh.
So fresh and so clean.
I don't
Ready to
see.
go.
Look,
Sorry.
I'm becoming fussy in my old age. Like I don't need a bunch of.
Becoming
I don't.
fussy.
I don't need any.
Buddy, you arrived
I know. I don't need
a while back.
I don't. This is perfect. This is perfect. That
2-bedroom, 2-bath.
I think Lewis is interested.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah, look
I'm
at the
ready.
river there.
I know.
I mean, it's just amazing.
Nice.
I need to hit a certain income level though. I feel like it's just a little bit out of my price range at this point. I'm ready for sometimes single wides are what I'm looking for too. So
They got some really nice ones nowadays.
they do, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so if you know someone who's coming to Kerrville, wants to hang out, look at the
Yes.
river,
yeah.
whether they're shopping for a new home. or
By the way,
building a new
I don't
home
think
or
you heard
coming
me
out.
earlier, but Kylie Gazelle made the point that they have a mortgage deal over at the Southstar Bank where it's
The Hope loans.
Yeah, the Hope loans. So if
And
you
you have
have,
to be on certain streets. This particular condo is for lease.
yeah, so he can't help you with
can't
that.
get a
It's
loan
not
for a
involved in
lease.
that.
Yeah,
But yes, it's on that street. It's a very interesting program.
yeah. I think it's a very that sounds like a good idea. So
Yeah.
for them as well. Is that the biggest concern people have? Is like the down payments of houses, or like do they get really nervous about it?
It depends on where you are in your evolution. 'Cause
Yeah.
there's lots of stuff out there. We're a USDA county, which is
Yeah.
100% loan.
Yeah.
The Hope loans, they have fewer fees and great rates. And if you're on one of the streets in that thread thing, you can make double the median income and still get it.
Yeah, right.
So that's a very captivating situation there. But I think I've always said that if you like the space you live in, it washes over your whole life.
You know, there's a house next to me. I hate to
like
say
that.
it.
That was
like,
very good.
I,
Yeah, it's true though. I watch people that are in dysfunction.
Yeah.
They get some, and they're like all excited about it, and it just changes everything.
yeah, my house is very dysfunctional right now. So it's just wonderful, but it's just there's just so much stuff. So, all right, Ashley Phillips is here.
Hello, darling.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Did you
I'm
get your
good.
hair cut?
I did.
That was like the first
You
thing I
missed-
noticed when I glanced up.
You
You
missed
went
out.
to spa day.
I went to Spa Day yesterday.
Had a man spa day.
Listen. I went down to the Honda Odyssey minivan needed to be serviced, so I had to go down and get it serviced at the dealership, and then I decided to get myself serviced because I hadn't got my hair cut in about a month, And the lady's like, "Are you sure you need your haircut? It's looking a little thin." And I'm like, "It's fine." and then she said, "How about we wax your ears?" And I was like, "That sounds awful."
She's like, rip.
Yep.
That does sound awful.
But here's the thing, though, right? Okay.
But I'm glad you did it. Please. Yeah. All the ladies.
So you don't know this yet.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Actually,
find
he
out.
does. He's getting there.
He says, please stop, Danielle. Stop.
You don't know this yet, but when you hit a certain age, like
Hair grows where it shouldn't and not where you want it.
like that,
Look,
like
yeah.
that, like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
where I want it.
Yeah.
I kid you
My
not.
husband is starting to get the ear hair. Like I just see this like one crazy and I have to like pin him down and I pluck it out and men are such babies.
It hurts.
Yeah.
You're a baby. Get over it. You want to know what
have
we
to
do?
deal with that all the
the
time.
time.
Yeah, women are they? You got.
My husband's like, let me see you do it. I'm like, I do it to myself
What are
all
those-
the time.
what
all
are
the
those-
time.
No, the
Those
grooming
plastic-
is definitely heavier on the girl side of the fence. And
Grooming,
then,
absolutely.
you know, because we love y'all and we don't
We
want you
do
to look
love
like
you.
homeless people.
I know.
Yes.
You know, like
Yes.
I've been married for a very long time.
Yes.
Like, you know,
I
homeless,
Stay on it, babe.
disheveled guy, it's not a good look.
It's
We
It's
not
gotta
a
not.
good
own it.
It's not. So I'm glad that you took care of yourself.
Well,
you were
I-
deserving, and it shows. I noticed.
let me
look
say that
lovely.
man ear hair is like steel mesh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This poor girl had to she
Yeah.
pulled it out and she's like,
Did she have to like put her feet down and like?
yeah. She was very careful with
Very
this
dramatic.
too. So,
Get an electric razor that.
They make
Yeah.
those little
Stand
machines
when the
yeah.
eyebrows get unruly. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, just
oh yeah, mine get
Yeah.
totally really.
Because at a certain age too, like your eyebrow hair just starts doing crazy things.
Yeah.
Like it's like takes on a
And it was
life of its
literally
own.
like
Yeah.
like you'll
And genetics can,
as a-
you know,
genetics can
yeah.
help a lot.
and I'm probably related to cavemen, and so men's nose hair is like a tusk will come out.
Yep.
Did she wax your nose too?
No, I
Because that's a
decided.
thing.
that is a thing.
Look,
They just
I know
get the wax-
she's like, you should try. I said, no.
I would give you an out on that.
I go,
like
torture.
ear,
Yeah, that does
whatever,
sound
but
like
the
looks
nose,
torturous.
like
yeah.
very tender.
yeah.
And then your eyes swell up.
oh
And I feel
yeah.
like my
Oh,
nose
yeah.
is large enough, and then making my nose larger. So
As long as it's not poking through.
Yeah, just keep it
Showing.
Just keep it in check.
it was
Good
delightful.
for you.
They
Conscious.
offer you cocktails at this place.
That's what I'm talking about. Oh, I hear there's some really nice, like kind of bougie man salons down there
Yeah.
in the San Antonio.
It was over there.
Diesel barbershop is nice for men.
It's over
Yeah?
at the Lock and Terra area.
Maybe I should get my husband a gift card there.
Yeah.
What's it called again? East?
It's Diesel.
Oh, Diesel. Oh, he'll love that.
Yeah. Well, but for the men with like yourself, like who have the bald heads and the beards,
Yeah.
they have a whole deal. They have a whole
Beard care.
They have a whole experience for men. Like they do a whole head shave thing.
I'm so
and
frugal.
Yeah.
I'm so frugal.
So,
I've got it down to
Yeah.
a 1 minute science.
you know what? It's still cheaper than when I used to have my dog groomed. We used to have a poodle that
Yeah.
it was more expensive. His hair was like $75 to get his hair done.
Yeek.
So, all right, Ashley.
Where did we start?
What are we doing? Why are you here?
Nose hairs.
What's happening?
Why am I here? The great question of the cosmos.
kind of golf
Well,
tournament.
once upon a time, 37 years ago. Yes. Yes.
You were born in the wilds of the
Of
the
West
oil
Texas
patch.
deserts.
Yes,
Yes. It's quite lovely. I'm glad to be in the hill country now. But yes, so I'm here on Croc Business. I know you never know what hat Ashley Phillips is wearing, but for the moment, it is about the Croc and Croc Academy. So this is our youth programs, and so if you have not seen our golf tournament business around, then I don't know what you've been doing. I don't know what you've been doing.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so if you like to golf, then please sign up. We've got a few more spots for teams. And so we've got a lot of really fun games and prizes going to be involved in this tournament. And so Destination Cycle is always a wonderful sponsor of ours. And so they have donated this like $30,000 ATV. And so we're going to have a hole-in-one contest. And so if you're a good driver and you think you can sink a hole-in-one, you might win this awesome Can-Am. And so, yeah,
I don't know
so
what
it's
to do
just
with that.
whatever you want. Like those
Let
things
me
can
borrow
climb
it.
rocks. Yeah, you could be a mobile barber.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I like
Yeah, it's got a winch on it. It's very nice. It's very,
Wait a
very
minute.
nice.
Let me look at this. It has a
Okay.
winch on it. Let me
Yeah,
see.
it's got a winch on the front.
See, now he's interested.
Now he's intrigued. I don't know what he's going to winch, but he's going to do it.
Looks like
yes.
something you'd have on your property.
Well, I do, except mine's rather beat up because I use it a lot. It's
Yes.
my
Maybe you
moving
need an
little-
upgrade.
Yeah.
Lemon
but like I
upgrade.
would get in trouble, and my family would be like, "No, don't let her near it; she'll trash it." It's kind of my moving platform.
Yes.
You know, I do tree trimming and all kinds of things with my. You know,
Are these
drag it
street legal?
around.
Can you drive these to work?
No.
No.
I
They're not
think
sure.
if it depends on the ordinance,
Mm-hmm.
but 35 miles per hour and slower. That's the proper way to say it. As long as you put an
Triangle.
orange flag
The
behind
triangle.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The big
Yeah.
triangle on the back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like it becomes like farm equipment.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, it depends. I mean, if you go out to hunt, then it's like, yeah, everyone does
Or
it.
you
So
can trailer it because see, I do that for real estate. I take my little thing and try and shine it up from all
Yes.
the abuse I give it and when you're driving.
slap your little
acreage.
sticker on the side and be like, hop in.
Like
Oh, yeah.
Well, when you're selling property, that's essential. Yeah.
Yeah, no, when you go out on acreage, it's
You
the
know,
way
we
to
don't
go.
have any real estate people sponsoring this tournament yet, so maybe you can hop
more,
on
more
that.
sponsorships. Yeah, Rotary got me pretty good.
I bet they did. Well, you've
Rotary
served on
guy-
the board for so long. We
Oh,
really
2 rounds.
appreciate you. Yeah, we
Two
really
different
appreciate all
rounds
that you
of,
do because
no, we all take turns
we
and
all
we all
pitch in.
support those things,
Yes.
and we're glad to do it. They're just some of them that wash out a little bit more than others,
Yes.
and then we recover and we go again.
and then we go again. But yeah, so Croc Academy is after school care. It's attainable after school care, and so it's quality. It's wonderful quality. Elsa Hetzler is our new club manager over there, and she's doing a phenomenal job. We've got some new offerings, some structured sports and rec. We're getting into performing arts with piano and guitar lessons, basketball lessons. I foresee swim lessons in the future. And so not only does your child get, just safe after school care while you're finishing up work and your kid is taken care of so you can work, but they get to hang out at the Croc, which is a super amazing, awesome facility. STEM, homework assistance, Christian education. So all the good stuff, and we're, I believe, as far as I know, the only after school care program that also offers all day camps during the one-off day closures that KISD experiences. And so
Right.
there's a lot of after school care programs that, definitely open up to all day camp during the summertime. But there's, rather than switching to a 4-day week, like a lot of school districts did, KISD just has some random 1-day closures, staff development days. And so we have all day camps on those days.
As is Ingram too. Ingram has
Yes.
So they just had one
Yes.
last Friday. So yeah, I mean that's good to know.
So teams are just 500. I still would love sponsorship. There's still time to get in on sponsorship and, marketing and branding your business and organization with the Salvation Army Croc and our youth program supporting attainable childcare for the working families of Kerrville. And so Major Jeremiah has served on the ADC childcare panel and was a part of the summit that was recently, and it's a big topic. It's a big need. Housing market and childcare is probably some of the biggest topics in this community right now, among most every community. And so we're happy to serve, and we're happy to love on these kids and not just provide a coverage of a need, but to have fun with the kids. We have a lot of fun with the kids and to love on them and get the opportunity to share the gospel and provide snacks. A lot of snacks.
Now, the other day, you guys should have seen this. Ashley Phillips was at the Guadalupe River Center event.
Yes.
She was bundled up.
It was cold.
She had a child on one arm, a dog in another hand, and or on a leash, and then another child kind of wandering around. And then the dog escaped.
Yes.
And then the other child escaped in pursuit of the dog. And
He's helpful that way.
Everyone kind of pursued the child who was pursuing the dog, and Ashley was like there.
I was just kind of standing there like,
You were
this
like
happens.
because you were frozen.
They'll come
It
back.
was so
It
cold.
was so cold.
It was so cold.
They'll come back when they're
For
hungry.
snacks.
For snacks, yes. I've got the diaper bag with
Yeah,
goldfish. So.
That's right. Speaking of cold, what's going on with the
Yes.
the wildebeest?
Hang on.
Wait,
In-kind
wait,
donations.
wait,
but
hold
wait,
on,
there's
hold-
more.
wait, hold on. I
He's
wanna-
got to have here.
squirrel
I
mom.
offered you
He's going back and
breakfast.
forth.
I gotta have.
Our
I gotta-
wildebeest, we need attention on our wildebeest.
Yes.
Go see our
Were they
wildebeest
cold?
at-
What?
Were they cold last weekend?
Oh, actual wildebeest.
I think they were all doing better than we were, quite
Yes.
frankly. I think all the bovine and creatures of the world were hanging and doing great.
Yeah.
And the wimpy, humans were like, ah!
Oh, I know.
It's the 3rd season this week,
I know,
like, come on,
I
bud.
know.
keep up.
I loved it. I wanted one more cold snap before summer hit because we've got. Well, this is Texas, y'all. We've got all the time to be hot and sweaty and
Yeah, we
disgusting.
got 6 months and 9
Yeah, I've got sweaters that I didn't get to wear. Okay, and
Squeeze 'em
scarves.
in.
So we got to squeeze those sweaters in, baby.
No, thank you.
Yes, and you are not allowed to complain about rain in Texas. If it rains, shut your pie hole.
I don't have a problem with rain.
Yeah.
I don't like the cold.
I don't like rain and cold
Yeah.
together. Ooh.
Yeah,
No.
no, it's we
Rain
got
anyway, we can get it.
good rain. We got
Yeah, we got
good.
it.
We got a
That was
good
great.
soaker. It was so nice. I got a tin roof.
And
It
guess
was
what?
Music.
While I was
Yeah.
moving my wood to put it in the fireplace on Sunday,
Yeah.
the seed heads were growing outside. Every trip, I'm like, we're going to be mowing like in a week.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
We've already had to mow
Yeah,
twice.
I mowed.
Wow. How much rain did you get at your place on Friday night?
2.25.
2.25.
Nice.
Wow.
very exciting.
That's a good amount.
You know what was interesting was, okay, here's a true
I need a
story.
new rain
here's,
gauge.
Here's a true story about Shriner. I was at Shriner on Friday afternoon, walking the dogs on from Trailhead down to through the cemetery to the bridge, right? And there's that little creek that runs through there, right? Totally dry. Saturday morning, walked the dogs through there again, and totally running all the way to the river.
It's amazing
And
how
it's
fast.
amazing, yeah, how fast it goes back there. So 2.5 inches. That's
2.25.
2.25. That's
I
pretty
mean,
good.
would love to embellish that or just get that other quarter inch somehow.
All right.
Squeeze it out.
All right.
Yeah, no, we hadn't had any in a while, so we were very
Very
grateful
helpful.
That
So
came.
you're going to get some grass again.
Yeah, and it's wonderful for real estate pictures this week. So
It is.
We're out
It is
getting
emerald.
Some more
It
things,
is emerald right
getting
now.
some more things online.
All right, Ashley, continue on.
In kind.
In kind.
Yes. kind
Listen here,
donations.
listen here. Goodness, that was just very abrupt. But yeah, no. Right now, I'm fixing to do like a blitz across the community. Oh, I'm sorry, Danielle. Okay, good. It was empty. Yeah. So we're gonna have a lot of fun games and prizes, and so I'm in search of in-kind donations. And so whether it's something for a door prize or a raffle item, if your business would like to support the kiddos over at the Croc. Whole sign sponsorship, golf team, come out and volunteer. And so there's gonna be breakfast and lunch. So thank you, Ken Stopel, for being our breakfast sponsor, and Chick-fil-A. I'm trying to see if we can get the cow out there. That'll be fun.
That'll be fun, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
to serve up some Chick-fil-A for lunch, and lots of great door prizes and raffle items. We're gonna have a golf ball.
That's a Monday, right?
It's
May
Monday
5th.
5 de Mayo.
Yeah, Monday. Yeah.
Sí, mucho gusto.
All right.
Yeah, so game. I'm not supposed to say the R word. I forgot. And so we're going to have like a tower of golf ball sleeves.
Okay.
And in one of them, there will be some identifier. And so, when you make a donation for a chance, it's good, right? Yeah.
Game of chance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
there you go. A game
Yeah.
of chance, yes.
Right.
You can get a sleeve of golf balls. And
You're not allowed to say the
word. Yes, correct. And so that's gambling. That's sin.
Yeah.
So,
It depends on what religion you're in, though. Some
Well, what's your religiosity?
Well, yeah. I mean,
what is your religiosity?
Well, mine's like, let's do the raffle.
let's
do it.
do the roar.
Mine would say the same thing.
Well, you know what? I think this is probably like subconsciously why we
Yeah.
converted from Baptist to Episcopalian, because like we drink at church now.
Yeah. Right.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe my eyes.
Exactly.
I was like, we're like acknowledging this now?
Yeah.
Okay.
All
cool.
right.
Yeah. But anyways, you can win a super awesome prize. And yeah, so come on out and support the kiddos and have fun on Cinco de Mayo.
We got a lot. We got
River Hill.
a lot of ground covered. We got Hill Country Crisis Council covered. We've got the Shriner University Hill Country College Fund covered. We've got the Croc covered. We got Wildebeest, Guadalupe
Poodle grooming.
condominiums covered, and the home on Norfolk, which is beautiful, very
Come
beautiful.
out Thursday.
Also, we had Kyla Gazelle joined us as well. Doug Hetzer joined us as well. Wendy Jones could not be with us today, but that's okay. We'll catch up with her again on Thursday. Michael, the field looks great, by the way. Or both
Oh,
of you,
yeah. We're
actually,
gonna get pictures up.
the soccer field looks great. So, you haven't seen the new soccer pitch, have you? Have you seen the new soccer pitch?
I've only driven by.
I'll show you right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and so you've got what's fun about Shriner is you've got all the people that are really dedicated and helping that were actually students at Shriner. So
Yeah,
you just
that's
carry
right.
it that much.
Yes.
I know.
they're-
It's so exciting.
Maybe not.
I think what you should do though now is you should have a
We got the
covered.
good one.
You have a covered seating area all around the stadium, and I'm going to talk to Charlie McCormick about that. I'm going to give him ideas. That's the last thing he wants is
There's
me
a
to.
whole master plan for
I know.
athletics complex.
I
So
know.
you just got to stay tuned.
I know that I've seen some of that work as well.
It's exciting
It's
stuff.
very exciting stuff. A lot of
It
exciting
always
stuff
brings
going on.
School spirit.
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
when you look at when you hear about all this stuff, people just you don't when you see the things we talk about on the show on a regular basis, it's hard not to get excited about living in Kerrville. You know, so
A lot of wonderful things
a
happen.
lot of wonderful things are happening here. So, Janelle, what did you learn today?
Oh, the Pearl Snap onesies. Are you kidding me? I mean,
gosh.
Doug was here with like little Gibsons, got a little cowgirl.
Was it Case or Colt that modeled that back in the day? It was Case.
Colt.
Colt?
Cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like really
Your fashion
super,
show.
Like I can see babies going to Crider's looking fine.
Go get my little girl something.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've
Yeah,
got really
absolutely.
good stuff.
Michael, what'd you learn today?
Oh, I need to sign up for the golf tournament.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
See?
No, I was like,
Gonna be
I'm
fun.
kind of excited about the childcare at the Croc. That's my
Yes.
takeaway.
Yeah, there you go.
I know.
Daniel, what did you? Yeah, Daniel learned about
That's
childcare
me.
at the
It's
Croc.
childcare at the Croc
Yeah.
for sure.
Sorry.
So
Ash,
have
what
to
did you learn
scan
today?
that.
Did you know that Janelle
men's
had-
grooming is very important.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
I was focused in on the men's grooming
I
and
already
the,
put that behind
yes,
me.
Yeah.
yes.
Manscaping.
And
Did you know
so
that Janelle had wildebeest at one of her
I
properties?
did not know. I
See?
definitely learned that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maverick Ranch.
Yeah.
But we have an open house Thursday,
Thursday. 1 to
3:30.
3:30. Okay. All right. Good job, everybody. Thanks for being
Thanks
here.
for having
having
us.
us.
Tomorrow, Libby and Label will be back.
Enjoy the
We
sun.
have other guests coming tomorrow too. I'm not sure who. Thursday, Leslie Jones will be back, and then Friday, apparently Julie Davis is going to come back. She's going to be here today because it was apparently Leadership Kirk County's final meeting of the year or something crazy like that. So, all right, good job, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. Have a great day.